Hello guys, I'm Sangamesh from Beginner Academy. In this video, we would be doing a practical session on Terraform. That is, how to create a GitHub repositories using Terraform. So let us start. In order to create your own repos and all, right? So what you do, you register to GitHub, and then then you create your repos and all the things, repositories, and you work on it, right? Those are all the manual tasks. Ideally, in a DevOps world, everything is infra as a code, right? So now currently think that you would be working on only one repositories that you will create it manually. Think that in a big companies or bigger project where you wanted to create your repository as a infra as a code. Okay, so there is in DevOps world, we try to automate 99%. How much it is possible, we'll try to automate it. So this in this use case, creating a repos, right? So that is manual. If we have 100 or 200 repos, it has to be created. Then it is a bit difficult, right? So in what I would be showing you is now using Terraform. How can you create a Terraform on the fly? Okay, so this is the one lab exercise I would be showing you how to do it now. Okay, so maximum of the work can be done by Terraform. Okay, how Terraform works is so someone has given you a task to create a GitHub repositories using Terraform. How exactly you would be doing it? So what you need to do is Google is a god, right, for everyone. So just type Terraform and GitHub. Okay, you need to search for the registry.terraform.io. Okay, just click on open that one, and here you will find a GitHub provider. Okay, in Terraform world, what you need is a provider. Okay, so how exactly Terraform will talk to GitHub is based on this provider. So in order to talk to Terraform, right, you should have this provider installed. So I'm not sure you are aware of IntelliJ or not. It's a IDE tool. So at any cost, you should have hands-on experience on any IDE. Okay, so let me type. I'll create one folder first. Okay, integration. So in Terraform world, usually how you follow is create one file that is called as a main.tf. In this one, you keep all the files, and next one usually we name it as a provider.tf. Okay, but yeah, it's a file name should be .tf at the end. Reason being .tf is nothing but a Terraform. TF stands for a Terraform. Okay, you should name your file should be ending with a .tf. Okay, so what you need to do is this provider we would be telling Terraform to use GitHub provider. Okay, so what it does is at a runtime, Terraform goes to GitHub with this resource. It picks up its binaries. Okay, its required data. Okay, so next what we would be doing is we would be adding this provider. Okay, so just copy that and add it over here. Okay, so for each provider we need to pass a token. This token is nothing but for this GitHub provider, in order to interact with GitHub, we should know there should be some authentication process. Okay, So for that, what we would be doing is, I'm not sure you are aware of, this is my GitHub. Okay, so if you see, there is a test repo is there, and another this one I could have forked it. Okay, only these two are there. So what we would be doing is, do you know about PAT, personal access token? Okay, yeah, in Git you need to click here at the right hand and click on settings. We'll come to this particular page, click on developer setting and PAT, personal access token basically. Okay, so what you need to do is just click on generate token. So I will just give a proper meaningful name. I'll say get TF. I will give it for 7 days, right? And you can give whatever the access you wanted to give. Okay, so what I would be doing is, this is credentials basically, authentication. Okay, so once I create a token, right, this will give me a token. So that token, what I would be doing is, I'll be pasting it over here. So as of now, we are keeping it here. This is because it's just a demo. After this demo, I would delete it off. Okay, so, but in real world, this token would be stored in HashiCorp Vault. Okay, this is the provider configuration. Now what we would be doing is, once provider configuration is done, just click on here, resources, GitHub repository. Okay, GitHub repository. We would be creating a public, or you can give, yeah. Let us take this example. What you need to do is, this is a Terraform documentation. Okay, so after provider, just click here, search for resources. Here you can see all these can be done by Terraform. That is, if you wanted to create a branch, you can create it. Branch protection, whatever Git related is there, adding a GitHub membership, you can do it via code only. These are all the resources you can do it using Terraform. You can create a GitHub team, whatever in the UI you can do it, right? You can do it via GitHub, via Terraform as well. Okay, so if you have any question in the middle, you can stop me and ask me. Okay, in the main.tf, so what we would be doing is just copy and paste that. Okay, so here what I will do is, I will name it as I would be creating the repository name, what exactly you wanted it to be created. Repo name is Beginner Academy repo. I am just giving that name. Okay, just I'll Beginner Academy. Just give a name. Okay, we don't have a template, but so I won't be using it. Just these 3 lines should be sufficient. Name is Beginner Academy, visibility is public. Is it a public repo or a private repo? And this is just a description. Okay, just I will just give a meaningful name. Okay, BA repo. So first command in Terraform, what we would be running is, let me go to repo. So if you see here, okay, there are only two files are there in this particular folder. Okay, so in order to run Terraform, right? So basic command is, first what you need to do is Terraform init you need to run. Okay, so basically what it does, it searches this, it gets this, it goes to GitHub and pulls up this integration GitHub. You can see over here, GitHub integration, it has pulled it. basically. It is installed all these files into my local. You can see here now .terraform it has created and Terraform lock it has created. So if we go inside of this, yeah, cd providers integration GitHub, and this is the version. Okay, so whatever the providers you would be working on, so those providers details you need to provide it in provider.tf, and accordingly what Terraform does is during init it goes back, it goes to the outside world and pulls it from Terraform registry, this GitHub integration. Okay, so once any questions? Okay, once it pulls it out from the registry, the next command what we would be running is Terraform plan. Terraform plan is what it does. What is the use of Terraform plan is basically it checks your code, that is main.tf and all the .tf files present over here, and checks in GitHub repository, actual GitHub repository. It checks is there anything we need to do it, or there is any action Terraform has to perform it. So what it understood is there is a GitHub repository by name Beginner Academy. This name it has to create it. So if you see here the Terraform plan, what it said was 1 resource it has to add and 0 resource it has to change and 0 resources to destroy. So meaning 1 resource Terraform has to create it. Okay, so what is the next command? In order to actually create it, Terraform plan is just a verification what exactly it has to be done. Terraform applies the actual command. What it does is it goes to GitHub and creates those resources. Okay, Terraform, if I enter Terraform apply, here confirmation you need to give what exactly you are happy with, what exactly it has to be created. Just enter yes. If you enter something else it will get cancelled. Okay, so if you enter yes, what it will do is this Terraform code, it will contact GitHub, interact GitHub and create the resource. Now if you see apply is complete, resource 1 is added and there is no changed and there is no destroyed, so we are happy. Okay, so now let us go to GitHub, has it is created or not, let us see. Okay, so if I refresh it, if you see here Beginner Academy is created. Now you got the idea, I mean how exactly it has done. It has created this particular repo. So this is the way using Terraform you can create the resources. Okay, so now next plan is, okay, I'm not interested in beginner_academy. I will change the name. I wanted it to be I'll put your name. Okay, it should be Naveen. Okay, it should be Naveen Beginner Academy. Okay, so now what I will do is I will run a plan. Okay, so let us run the plan. What we should be expecting is that there is a changes there. So what it will do is one change is detected. So it is expecting Beginner Academy has to be changed to Naveen Beginner Academy, right? So Terraform will understand that currently the name of the repository is Beginner Academy, but our infra as a code it says Naveen, right? So what it will do is it has to make the changes. Plan is just a dry run. Okay, so now we would be applying it. Okay, we need to just enter yes. Yeah, so if you see here 0 added, 0 destroyed, 1 is added now. Okay, so let us see it whether it is reflected or not. See here it got changed, right? So in this way it has to be in this way. As an infra, as a code, you can maintain it. So now let us see, we require another few, right? We will give 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, we can keep it in a loop, but I will tell you about looping bit later. Okay, so now what we would do is now what would be the result? What it has to do, our Terraform plan? Any idea? Yeah, it has to add 3. Reason being is it's 1 is already there, 3 it has to be added. Okay, so if you could you can see the plan. It is repo 1 is getting added, that is Naveen Beginner Academy 1, 2 and 3, right? So now what we would be doing is next command, which one we will run? Yeah, so if we apply, it will ask again, are you sure you wanted to run it? So just enter yes. Yeah, okay, so it will show how much time it takes. 10-second lapsed. Yeah, it completed after 16 seconds each, right? So let us see now, just refresh it, let us see magic. Yeah, you got the point, right? Now it has created all the 4 repo, newly created 3. Okay, so now if think that tomorrow they don't want second and third, right? So it has to be deleted, it's not used. So what we would be doing is just comment it out. Okay, so now what it has to do it, if I Terraform apply, if I do it, pardon? What exactly it has to do it if it is commented out? Yeah, so if you commented the code, it's nothing but it doesn't exist. So if we do a Terraform plan, it should destroy 2. You got the point? Because it is not existing. So what it will do is Terraform, it will check the code and against actually what is present, compare it and do the action. So let us apply now. If we apply, what will happen? Yeah, 2 will destroy. Okay, all the 2 is destroyed now. Now let us go to repository. So if you see here, gone, right? 2 and 3 is gone, only left over is this one. Okay, so now there is another command is there in Terraform. Since cloud itself, or it's immutable. Whenever you wanted to destroy it, you should be able to destroy it, because its cloud is again a cost, right? So if you are working only for 1 hour or 2 hour, you wanted to create few resources, and after that because every hour or every minute the billing would be there, right, cost wise. So any resources you created, ideally after use you can destroy it, so that what will happen, you would be paying fees only for the duration which you have used it. Okay, so that is the reason if you wanted to run anything if after your work is done, so obviously you wanted to destroy it, so that you should not be paying for it, right? So there is one command is there, it's called as a Terraform destroy. So what it does is whatever the resources it is created in Terraform main.tf, whatever it is there, it will destroy everything. Okay, so correct. Rather than terminating it, so in yeah, deletion kind of a thing. Okay, so when I did the Terraform apply, it is expecting, because it's only 2 is remaining now, it will destroy 2. Okay, so let me click yes, enter S. Okay, it is destroyed now. Okay, so if you go back, it should be gone. Okay, yeah, so if you see it, I'm back to square one now. Okay, so this is the example of Terraform using GitHub. Using GitHub like this, there are many providers are there, so you can use all the providers with like this. I've showed you how exactly you can work, right? Tomorrow if someone asks you work on particular provider, you should be able to search it and know about it, right? You can create it. So if you see, if you could have gone to this providers, these many providers are there. All the top clouds are there. Kubernetes is there. All these you can run using Terraform. Okay, so if you see, there are 35 pages are there. Okay, so whenever you get a time, just have a look at it. Okay, do you have any question? Terraform in production level, see, the thing is any application you wanted to create it or modify it, alter it, so any tools which has a Terraform as a support, you use a Terraform to creation of any resources. For example, in for a cloud specific, any cloud resources you wanted to create it, right? Using Terraform you can create it. For example, take an example, virtual machine, virtual network, whatever you wanted to create it, you should be able to do it via Terraform. In production, in not only production, it is all across the environment, dev, test, pre-prod, production, everywhere Terraform would be used. And in order to keep all the environment same, we use the same code. For example, in olden days, what used to happen is environment is built manually on a dev environment, and other environment is also built via manually, right? So obviously there would be a human error would be there. The way dev was built, it won't be same as production, right? So if for example, a person has built a dev, there is a different person, X person is building production. The way he selects attributes, it won't be same. So that is the reason, if you make it as an infra as a code, all your environment would be same only. I hope you got the answer. If not, ask me again. As of now, for example, for GitHub, like other tools, you can use it. But the virtual machine built using Azure, we can't use it for AWS, because provider itself, it won't be same. Okay, so Terraform is not a cloud agnostic. It is, if you know the Terraform, you can build rest other infrastructure in other environment as well, other cloud providers as well. As part of today exercise is whatever I have done it now, right? So you need to repeat it. Okay, you need to repeat it, and I'll give you a mail ID. Send it over your all the screenshot. Put it in a WordPad and send it over the mail. Okay, so that I'll verify. If you are interested in learning more about multi-cloud and DevOps tools, please subscribe this channel and like this video. Thank you.